So stop lying to yourself in day trading. Stop rationalizing why you need to do this, take this setup, close here, move the stop loss here, do all of this stuff that you haven't prepared to do before the session. Because think about it this way. When you backtest, then you follow a specific routine, specific rules, and that's it. You know the time window when you're looking for entries, you know where to put your entry, stop loss, TP, all of that stuff. But live, you try to rationalize because you can't accept the pain of waiting, of being patient. You can't accept the pain of the market going to your TP without you because you didn't get a good entry, and then you want to rush in and grab an entry either way. Because you feel like your whole day is ruined if the market goes to your TP that day. And instead of accepting these emotions, these scenarios as normal, as part of the process, instead, what a lot of people do is that they simply try to rationalize or lie to themselves about how this time is different, how this setup is going to work, how it's logical to do this even though you haven't done it in your backtesting. And this is the biggest mistake you can make, because at that point you don't tell yourself the truth, you're not honest with yourself. You feel like you've done the right thing because you rationalized why you should take the entry either way, or why it's okay to take 2 entries that day. Because you can do whatever you want in live trading as long as you've backtested it. That's the condition. You can't just freestyle in live trading and experiment with new stuff and then learn something afterwards after you lost money or blew your account. That's not how this game works, because in order to learn, you have to not make it as painful. Because if the only way you're going to learn in the market is through pain, is through, for example, you take an entry, you're up 6R, but the TP is at 10R, you see 6R in your account, in your challenge, funded challenge, live account, whatever, then it reverses. That's going to feel too painful for you to bury, and that's completely going to distort your psychology and mindset. But if you simply do this in demo trading or just backtest it first, then it's not going to feel painful, because you're doing it as an experiment and you just try to gather enough data and see what works and what doesn't. Live trading should only be that you go in, you know exactly what you're looking for, you execute without hesitation, and that's it. You're not here to experiment or learn a lot of new stuff in live trading. So, for example, today I was watching EURUSD in London session. I was waiting for a specific liquidity level to get swept before I was looking for long entries. But the liquidity level didn't get swept and the market started to move up. So prior me would have just jumped in that trade. But the thing is, first, my mind didn't even recognize this as a good opportunity before the market just spiked. So that in itself tells me that it's not that obvious and it's not a good trade. It's not what I've practiced. When your trade works, you just know, you just get that feeling that, okay, this is looking good, I'm not hesitating here. But when you don't get that feeling, that's an indicator that you should probably not trade yet. You have to wait for more confirmation so you get that feeling of, okay, this is going to work. The other reason was simply that I knew that it was still choppy. It didn't take out the liquidity, so I'm not going to do anything. And then it went up to TP. It gave 6R, but I didn't care. This week I'm up 2%, a little more than 2% on a trade I took yesterday in NQ, which didn't fully reach TP. It started to consolidate and it was the end of the day, so I had to close. And I'm up 2R for this week. And this is how trading should be done, because that trade felt really boring, and when I executed it, I knew that all my conditions were met, so I wasn't really excited about it. I just executed. It almost stopped me out break even, but then it bounced up and it went towards my TP, but it just started to consolidate. I closed it 2R and it didn't feel exciting, but this is how profits are slowly built up. It wasn't exciting at all, and I was frustrated. I was thinking, this is too little profit. But guess what happens when long term I'm really disciplined? I only take the best entries, and when I see that it doesn't work, I get stopped out break even. And when I see that it starts to consolidate and I get the feeling that this is not going to reach full TP, I just close it or take partials. This is actually, it's really boring. You don't get a home run, but over time, eventually, I will pass whatever challenge I'm doing. I will get payouts from my already funded accounts, and I'm just here to treat this as a business. Live trading in itself is actually really boring. It's not fun at all. It's really boring, but it makes money. That's it. That should be your goal in trading. If you want to do something like a hobby or another career that gives you a feeling of, like, when you leave after doing that activity or that work, you feel good about yourself, you feel like you accomplished something, you feel like it fulfills your soul, then that's not live trading at all. Don't try to use live trading to give you any of those emotions or benefits, because that's not how it works. But what live trading can give you is really unlimited capital. That's it. You can't expect live trading to be like a massage place, or basically like going to the gym or playing video games or hanging out with friends. That's not live trading. Live trading is a business. You're only here to make money long term, and as long as you treat it like that, no, it's not going to give you a lot of dopamine, but it can give you unlimited amounts of capital. That's it. If you want to feel another emotion, then trading isn't that, because the market is rigged. It's made to take you out of the market, and if you're not disciplined, you're just going to go into this loop of 1 to 2 months. You freestyle, it works, you get some extra profits, you feel good, only to give it all back to the market, and long term you won't win. So if you want any coaching or help with trading, just click the link in the bio to join my Discord. You can watch live market analysis every single day, and you can get my strategy and help. And if you want a one-on-one mentorship or live call, just click my Instagram in bio and send me a message, and we'll take it from there.